The maitre d', the butler, has just brought some water in. Lars Foss has found his calling. My man Foss. Foss.
Cool.
Foss, bring round the car, please. Stefan.
Peter?
Would you trust him as your driver?
Nice.
Race. Total bid 2,500.
Stefan raising with the Queen Jack. And Torben Lukkegaard has a pocket pair of fours. It was Peter Davidson put in the raise with the Queen Jack. And now Torben Lukkegaard.
Cool.
Cool.
Calls with the pocket fours.
Well, I don't particularly like this play of Torben Lukkegaard. He could have put some fear of God into Peter Davidson with a big re-raise. Might get lucky, but let's see. Well, he's got lucky, but he
First to speak.
can he hold on to Peter Davidson here?
Good.
3-5.
3-5.
Torben.
Well, you made the first mistake, Torben. Don't make the second one. Look at the flop and think to yourself, what could Peter Davidson possibly have that goes in that flop? If he's already got you, he's got you. If not, just push a lot of chips into this pot.
Tried to catch Peter Davidson by surprise and get a look at him as he reached for his chips. Tried to get a read.
Yeah, I've got a read on Peter Davidson, though, but I'll save it for another day.
Race.
Race. Total bid 8,000.
Peter
Peter.
Torben bumps it up to 8,000. And Peter. Torben, sensing Peter was looking at him, turned right around. Peter pushes the chips back in.
You get it.
And folds the card. Says, forget it. The butler is standing in the middle as well.
Looks more like a dumb waiter to me.
Peter. First speak.
Peter on the button with the Queen 3. Folds. Small blind. Torben. 9-8.
Torben.
Is he going to try a little play?
Cool.
Cool.
Steady calls. Stefan is not one to check after a call, and certainly not with a pocket pair of tens.
No, he plays very aggressively. But at least Torben can get out quite cheaply, not put a lot of
3,000 race.
chips into this pot.
Torben.
Cool.
Torben folds. So Stefan will bring in the blind and the call.
There's a dejected-looking Peter Davidson. Doesn't take many plays to put him off his stride, does it?
No, he hates losing a big pot.
We all hate losing big pots, but it's best that you don't show it. Do not open the armour, the chinks in the armour to the enemy. That's my motto to him.
He seems to kick himself, even when he really hasn't done anything.
Punishes himself, doesn't he?
Yeah. Anything wrong. You're not going to win every time.
Torben.
Sometimes you do everything right and you still can't win.
Exactly. Like us. We do everything right and we can't win. Or is it? We do anything right and can't win. I don't know. I'll leave it with you.
Race.
Stefan now in the small blind is going to bring it in with a raise.
Yeah, I think he's checked out Peter Davidson before he's done this. And he saw the dejection in Peter Davidson's eyes a little bit, I think. And look what he's doing it with. 8-3.
And Peter's got an 8-4. And folds them.
Yeah, he's sending out signals to Peter Davidson, isn't he, already?
The X-Man, Stefan Purse.
Does look a bit like a comic book character, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'm afraid Peter Davidson doesn't look like a comic book character.
Small big blind.
Just looks a bit comical with that hat on to me.
In almost every game, there's one guy that gets Pete's dander up. And for a guy with no hair, you have a lot of dander.
I have a lot of dander. I didn't like the acting against Torben Lukkegaard, to be honest with you. There was no need for that.
Stefan, first to speak.
Stefan now first to speak. He's had a good long look at Peter before he said anything. Folds the Jack deuce. Peter with a Queen 8.
Peter.
Funnily enough, I'm friends with Peter Davidson, so there's no harm meant by it.
2,000 race, total bet, 3.
Re-raise.
And Torben's going to re-raise
11.
with the big slick.
Wow, yeah. Well, this will send shivers down Peter's spine.
11 total, 8 more. Peter.
He's tried to put a move on Torben Lukkegaard. Torben's responded. So he's a bit deflated before this play. He's certainly going to be deflated after it. Look at his face again.
And he folds them in Torben again. That's 2 he's taken off of Peter Davidson. And Stefan is now just 3,000 short of Peter, and Torben is just over the 50,000 mark. It's tightly packed between these 3.
Exciting stuff and everything to play for at the grand final of the Bet24 Nordic Poker King.
Small big blind.
Baron von Voss in his evening dress is pacing around behind us. And on the button, Peter Davidson's got a pocket pair of 4s.
Raise.
Race.
Well, something to build on.
He's going to bring it in with a raise.
Showing he's not lost all his confidence.
3-5.
3,500.
To be divided by 5.
So it's 100 more.
100 more, please.
$3,500. I think he only had 3,400 inadvertently. Now that's interesting. The King-8 folded by Torben and
Yep.
pocket jacks
Oh
for
dear.
Stefan.
Stephen.
Oh dear.
How's
No.
he going to play this?
Well, if he could see Peter's cards, he'd just flat call, take one off, but I don't think he
2-5
will.
call.
I think he might put some pressure straight back on
Re-raise.
Peter.
He's going to re-raise. Well, yeah, because he has to assume that Peter might be with one big card.
Yeah, yeah, or 2 big cards, ace, queen, ace, king. Possibly not ace, jack, obviously, looking at his own end. Maybe even catch him with a small pair, like 10s or 9s.
Peter.
Big test this one for Peter now.
5,500 more to call. Peter, big sigh.
Call.
Peter calls.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about this, Peter. I think you might just let this one go, because you need to get very lucky. It's easy to say when you can see the cards. Let's see what happens.
And
Oh
he
my
has got very
gosh.
lucky. He's flopped a full house.
Unbelievable.
4s over 7s.
Unbelievable. You've got to feel for Stefan Proust in this situation. It's going to cost him a lot. Might even cost him the whole tournament.
Bet.
Peter with his best disinterested look.
10,000.
Now, I wonder if
Peter.
no, Stefan hasn't picked up on a change in Peter. 10,000 to call.
He's probably not going to let him know, is he? He's probably just going to flat call him.
Call.
Well, let's see if Stefan can escape.
But not with a king.
Stephen.
All in.
All in, jacks
No,
and 7s.
he's done it. Oh my gosh. How unlucky can Stefan Proust be?
Yeah, and the stacking line.
And Peter, no hesitation, and he's got his chips in the middle before Stefan's finished putting his in.
Well, he's got exceedingly lucky. Exceedingly lucky.
So what do we need? A jack or a 7 for Stefan?
Takes the sunglasses off. Hard for him to escape from this hand now.
All or nothing for Stefan. All or almost nothing for Peter, but as you see, he's a 9-1 favorite. And wait till you see Stefan's reaction when the cards come over. No way he could have predicted this.
Yeah, he's seen him, look. And he's taken it pretty well, hasn't he?
Yeah, and just shakes his head. Just couldn't have seen it. He had
No.
Peter where he wanted him, but Peter
Sometimes.
Davidson got lucky.
Yeah, sometimes there's just no God in poker, is there?
So one card left for Stefan Proust. Jack or a 7, and it's a 6. And that's it. Stefan Proust is gone from the match. Stefan Proust has been eliminated by Peter Davidson, and that's going to put Peter Davidson in the driver's seat. And extremely, extremely bad luck for Stefan.
Yeah, he played it virtually perfectly, didn't he? And just got so unlucky. And I feel sorry for the guy because he's done nothing wrong, really.
In fact, he's done an awful lot right in this tournament.
Yeah, possibly the best player at the table, but it wasn't his day. And now this guy has got a virtually unassailable lead. And there's Stefan's reaction.
Det er jo ærgerligt, altså, men igen, altså, man kan sige, at hvis han havde haft en konge, så havde det været fuldstændig fair, så jeg kunne jo have tabt en hånd, den var på ingen måde sikker på det tidspunkt, hvor jeg gik all in, så det var bare måden, det skete på.
Who would have guessed? It only took 22 hands to eliminate 4 players, and now heads up Torben Lukkegaard against Peter Davidson, and Peter Davidson has a huge chip advantage.
Heads up har jeg faktisk praktiseret meget på nettet på det sidste, for netop at forberede mig, hvis jeg skulle komme i den situation, så jeg har spillet en masse af de der sit and go heads up turneringer, og synes egentlig, at det blev en rimelig til det.
Jeg har prøvet det her før, men jeg har faktisk ikke prøvet det om lige nøjagtigt 150.000 euro, så derfor er det er også en omvæltning for mig, så der bliver der nogle tanker, der går gennem hovedet.
Gentlemen, you're now heads up in the grand final of the Bet24 Nordic Poker King. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
This is what we're playing for. Girls,
We're playing for girls, Pete.
Yeah, count
And
me
here
in,
they are.
Fars, count me in.
Helena and Stina bring in the prizes that the 2 players are playing for. You heard Baron von Foss announcing that. 150,000 euros, the first prize, and the trophy that indicates the Nordic Poker King. And it's a little bit big even for Peter Davidson's head with the hat on. But that's what they're
Thomas,
playing for.
shuffle up and deal.
And now they go heads up, one-on-one, and this is a whole different brand of poker, Pete.
Yeah, this isn't about cards now. It's about position and aggression, Mike, and we know this oh so well, don't we?
The blinds have just gone up to the 2nd level. They will go up every 40 minutes. The player on the button puts in the small blind. The player off the button puts in the big blind. The player on the button is the first to speak. And Torben Lukkegaard.
Vi har ikke fået noget at vide. 500, 500, 1000. Blind skal hedde 1000, 2000.
Det er de ikke sådan noget.
Yep, okay. And Torben Lukkegaard is the player on the button. He's put in the small blind, and he's first to speak. With a
Torben,
ace and a queen. Let's see how Torben plays it, if he understands heads up.
Bet.
Well, it's a monster hand heads up, Mike. It really is.
Total 11,000, Peter.
And Peter
9,000
Davidson
score.
with a queen 5. A little bit better than average hand heads up. Folds it.
Perhaps a wise fold from Peter Davidson there because he was really running into a storm with Torben Lukkegaard's ace-queen suited, wasn't he?